This season has been filled with star talent. Dynamic duos is what the NBA has been about. And then there's the Miami Heat. They were supposed to be an average team. Without the star power of these other teams like the Lakers or Clippers, they're still holding their own. But what makes them so good? What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. The Heat are 19-8, which is the 6th best record in the league. Before the season started, the Heat were expected to be a middle-of-the-road team. They were 14th for power rankings in the preseason, but after a couple of Dion Waiters suspensions,
oh, come on, man.
Now they're competing with every team. Just a few days ago, they lost an intense game to the Lakers by 3. They've beat the Bucks, so I think it's time we look at the Heat and see what makes them so good. Drop a like for how many times Butler trash talks his opponents. A good 5,637. And with all the copyright claims, your support keeps me strong. Now 91% that watch my videos still aren't subscribed. If you like the NBA and work ethic, please subscribe. The Heat are 10th in offensive rating, 11th in defensive rating, and 11th in net rating. The Heat have been known to play up and down to their competition. This is why they have struggled against sub 500 teams and had a 21-15 record last year. This year, they are 10-1 against sub 500 teams, and a lot of that comes from their big free agent signing, Jimmy Butler. While Jimmy Butler is averaging 21.2 points and 6.4 rebounds, he's shooting the worst he has ever shot in a season since the 2013-2014 season. Remember, Butler was not a star when he came in this league. He was a project. So he was not a good shooter before. Now he's shooting 43% from the field and 28% from 3. Yeah, he's one of the worst shooters in the league right now. But the Heat are a plus 13.4 with him on the court versus off. It doesn't seem like that's possible offensively, but Butler's offensive rating is 113.4, which is 3.3 higher than the normal Heat's rating. A lot of that can be contributed to his playmaking. Butler is averaging a career high 6.8 assists per game. Interestingly enough, Butler has spent 0% of his time as a guard this season. He has played 77% of his time as small forward and 23% at power forward. Butler is usually surrounded by 2 guards that can shoot and 2 bigs, one of which that can also shoot, like Myers Leonard or Kelly Olynyk. If he's playing power forward, he'll still be surrounded by 2 guards that can shoot and 1 big man that can shoot, but the Heat will throw in a guy like Derrick Jones Jr., who is a slasher. Erik Spoelstra has given Butler shooting options around him, which actually allows him to play to his strengths instead of being relied upon as a shooter himself, especially with the emergence of Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, and my boy, Tyler Hero.
I can't swim, so I
can't
no
swim
reason.
either.
You can't swim? Oh, you got hood tendencies, man. You would run with us. Give me some.
The guard rotation has gone filled, and a lot of credit goes to the coach. Spoelstra is known for getting the most out of his role players. He gives those players more opportunities as they play better. Instead of being rigid and forcing Jimmy Butler to play some time at the shooting guard, he paired up Butler with those guards, which has worked out pretty well. Kendrick Nunn was a surprise that showed up in the summer league and kept it going into the season. Now, Nunn is Butler's 2nd most passed to target, which is adaptability for pairing these guys together. Because before the preseason, Nunn wasn't in the Heat's plans. Butler is also one of the most clutch players in the league. Even though he's not efficient, he's 5th in the league in points per game in the clutch and 3rd in the league in assists per game in the clutch. This is what the Heat were missing last year. Yeah, Wade was their closer,
Mama mentality.
But Wade was not a star level player in his last season. He was just too inconsistent. Butler can lead a team down the stretch. We've seen it in the overtime game against the Mavericks, and we've seen it time and time again that he can make the big shot. The Heat are 6-2 in the clutch this season when Butler plays. Jimmy Butler's most passed to player is Bam Adebayo. Bam has been special this year. He's averaging 15.2 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. Those 4.6 assists are special because he's not just getting it through handoffs. He's actually dribbling the ball up and making reads like a guard. Like on this quick play, Bam is running and Nunn passes it to him pretty early before he even reaches the 3-point line. Because he's going at a fast pace, the defense is caught off guard. There's only 4 people, and because it's Bam, who is 6'9", 255 pounds, the defense collapses. Bam was keeping his head up the whole time and saw Derrick Jones Jr. He then makes a nice jump pass right to the cutting Derrick, who gets an easy lane. For a center, this is an amazing pass. Also, Derrick Jones Jr. has some of the most ridiculous bounce I have ever seen. This feels like every game he's dunking on someone. Bam had a triple-double against the Mavericks and a 30-point triple-double against the Hawks. He's like a less playmaking, more athletic version of Jokic that can't shoot but plays defense. He's also able to pass after getting the ball after a roll, which was what Hassan Whiteside was supposed to do last season. Both Butler and Bam's playmaking is crucial to this team who has scoring guards, and not really playmaking guards. Dragic averages 5 assists, Nunn averages 3.6 assists. Butler and Bam average more assists than those two, but that's okay because Dragic and Nunn are shot creators and better spot-up shooters. Speaking of shooting, let's talk about shooting for a second. Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, and even Tyler Hero have all been surprises. Duncan Robinson is shooting 45% from 3, and Hero is shooting 37.6% from 3 while also creating his own shots. That's ridiculous. The Heat finally have multiple shooters with those two, and 2 big man shooters in Myers Leonard and Kelly Olynyk. This allows the Heat to run a lot of different lineups like I described with Butler, and also allows Bam to still be effective inside the paint, which is pretty rare in 2019. We knew that Butler would add defense to this team. The Heat don't seem like they would have the personnel to be a defensively oriented team besides Butler and Bam. Dragic, Nunn, Leonard, Olynyk, Derrick Jones, Robinson, and Hero don't scream defense. No! But Spoelstra and Pat Riley have created a Rough Rider mentality, shout out Stephen A. Smith, where every player plays hard defense, but they were still missing a lockdown perimeter defender. Butler is completely disrupting perimeter players. On shots greater than 15 feet, he's causing a drop of 9.1% from the field. On threes, he's causing a drop of 8.4%. That is elite. Butler is being a bully, but what I think he's not getting enough credit for is his team defense and off-ball defense. For example, here, Butler's stunts help. He stays loaded since he's guarding LeBron, and he's already leaning slightly back before the pass even happens. He gets a steal and he's off. Butler is leading the league in steals at the moment at 2.1 steals a game. Butler is kinda like the glue for this defense, especially on the perimeter. He communicates a lot and he covers up his teammates' mistakes on the defensive side. Bam Adebayo is a special case defensively too, specifically because of how the Heat want to use him. For example, against the Rockets, Spoelstra matched up Bam with Russell Westbrook. Yeah, a center matched up with an all-star point guard. The experiment didn't work. Westbrook had 27, 7, and 9, and the Heat lost by 9. But just the idea is radical, and yet it kinda makes sense. Bam is 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, so not only can he defend the paint, he's able to switch out on the perimeter. While I don't think he should ever be the primary defender on the guard, even if that guard can't shoot, he can be switched on for a few possessions. On 3-pointers, Bam's dropping the field goal percentage by 6%. Even on long mid-ranges, he's lowering the percentage by 6.1%. In fact, he's lowering percentages everywhere on the court. His improvement in his third year was sort of what we thought he could be last year, but the Heat were still on the whole Hassan Whiteside experiment. With Adebayo and Butler on the court together, the Heat have outscored teams by 148 points in 583 minutes this season. When they haven't been on the court together, the Heat have been outscored by 9 points in 589 minutes. That's a 157-point turnaround, so the Heat's dynamic duo really is Butler and Bam. Jimmy Butler has a questionable reputation as a teammate, but on the Heat, it seems as if all of his teammates love him. All these players are playing for each other and for the team. If that wasn't there, then none of this could work the way it has. But it's really great to see such camaraderie between teammates. This team just refuses to tank. This season, when all the other teams are stacked, the Heat knew that they wouldn't have the firepower to match. They wouldn't get 2 of the 20 best players in the league at the same time, but they still got a star in Jimmy Butler. They have a lot of versatility in their lineups, shooting, playmaking, interior finishing, and defense. The Heat are going to be a tough out in the playoffs. What they are missing is really just star talent, but they ain't gonna make anything easy. But what do you think? How far will the Heat go? Will Bam win Most Improved? Drop a like if you like team chemistry, cause this team got it. And if you're still here, you a real one, so comment rough so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Will Adams, and the all-day notification shout goes to Christian Blake. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all your notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
In my spaceship, no. Okay, just hop in my spaceship.